This is the worst! Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest, action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about Viper. She sucks. It's awful. The worst. I didn't even get a name right. It's Madam Hydra. Who cares? I'm going to put as much effort into this review as Hasbro did to this figure. Pretty much goose egg. Nothing. Do you want to see a salty review? Do you want to see a grown man cry and complain about action figures? Well, you came to the right place, because this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable in 2022. It's not acceptable in 2012. This is £25. You're asking us, with a straight face, with no hint of irony, to pay £25 for this piece of plastic tat. Hasbro, I want to see the size of the underpants that you wear, because you have to have gigantic cojones for this to go on sale and say, yes, our beloved and valued customers, we would like you to pay £25 for this reused, farted out piece of garbage. I should actually be a bit kinder to it, just because I'm going to try and sell it later, actually. Pre-loved. Just without the love. Oh my goodness. Okay, look, I know you got to split costs across a wave. I understand that. But this actually feels like a bit of a diddle. And I don't like being diddled by anyone except someone who I ask to diddle me. And this is not the case. Because look, in the same wave, you got this lady. One of these things is not like the other. I assumed, and look, that's a problem. To make an assumption makes an ass out of you and umption. I understand that. But when I saw this figure in the wave, the same wave as this one here, I was like, oh, well, that's awesome. I've wanted a Madam Hydra for a long time. Now we're finally getting one. And of course, it's going to be on the new female buck. Of course it's going to be on the new body. Why wouldn't it be? It's in production, in circulation. It's here. It's there for you to use. So imagine my disappointment when I ripped this one out of the packaging and I'm like, okay, time to pose this. Wait, what? Are you freaking kidding me? You know what? This old body was okay. Until it wasn't. You know when it wasn't? A couple of years ago when action figure technology was moving on. And then it definitely wasn't okay when this became the standard. Because it should be the standard. Because we're paying for it. You know what the one go-to thing that we kind of hear from manufacturers and whatnot? As prices go up, they're like, yes. But a lot of that goes into the new tooling, the new sculpting, the new technology. Action figures are improving. We've got to cover those costs. Where? Because this costs the same as this. So I'm paying the same for this, which you say that you deserve that money for this. And then you're like, yeah, but pay that extra money for this as well. Because this is the old one, but we want to fart it out. So just take this, please. No, absolutely not. It is egregious. It is egregious. Did someone forget that you had a new buck that you could have put this on? Did it just slip your mind at some point when you were in the factory? It's like, oh yes, and of course we'll do Madam Hydra, and yes, we'll put her on that buck there. Do we have a new, good, decent one? I don't think we do. Hey, what's Quake on? I don't know. Let's just send the wave out. No, it's not okay. And if I'm ahead of you, all right? I've got you cornered. You're gonna say, oh, well, we couldn't put the figure on this buck because we were using it for Daisy. Can't use the same buck mold at the same time. I mean, we're not magic, you know? Then don't release them both in the same wave then. If you can't actually use this at the same time, then just don't put them out. Simple as that. Because this is not £25 worth of figure. It's just not. It feels cheap, and I haven't even got onto just like the bare bones of the figure. But it's so egregious that this is the same price in the same wave as this. I just stupidly assumed that this would be the same quality of this because it's from the same wave of the same company of the same line of the same manufacturer. Why wouldn't this be the same quality as this? Because it's easy. That's the thing. Because it's easy to put this out on this. You know what's not easy? Earning £25 this day and age. That's not easy. That takes time for any of us. Any of the hardworking men and women out there, it takes time to earn £25. If it doesn't take you time to earn £25, more power to you, man. It's good for you. You're obviously earning good money. Me, it takes a lot of time, work, and effort to earn that money. More so than what went into this. So let's talk about her. All of that was just the introduction. So yeah, it's okay. Calm down, Dave. Let's do a little review here. I just wanted to cut that promo there because I was feeling it. I'm still mad though. So it's the old body. Just that is what it is. Problem is that there's nothing else actually good to go with it to kind of soften the blow. We've been going on so much about the new heads, the new face sculpts, the beautiful paintwork, and just how good that is. Doesn't seem to be present here. No real sign of like a good modern face sculpt. Don't know who did it. I mean, it might turn out that it's the same guy who's been knocking it out of the park. He's like, yeah, this is also my work. I tried my hardest. Well, I don't know. It looks like an older style face. She looks very, quite sort of skexy looking. It doesn't have sort of the nuance that I would normally feel like it should do. Also, I was just recently going over about how sort of good the Thor hair is. This hair feels more kind of flat. It just feels like a block of plastic on top here. It's difficult because, to be fair, I've been so riled up by this figure that there might be some good points that I'm like, I'm just not seeing it, because I don't want to. I never said that I was a good reviewer. I speak from the heart, man. This is what I'm getting. This is what you're getting because this is what I'm feeling. So I don't like the face. I like the fact that it's not a beautiful face. Like aesthetically, they haven't done her as a beautiful woman because she's a villain. Villainy should be kind of not as alluring, and she doesn't look so alluring. She looks like she has some bad habits that leave her looking kind of gaunt and like not great, and that's actually okay. That's all right. But then look, the only other pieces that we have that distinguish her from just a plain body is the gun belt, bandolier, and her pistols. So the bandolier is like, it's okay, but besides the Hydra logos on the side, which do look nice, again, the Hydra logos, they look okay, but it does look quite plasticky. It's okay, but my biggest sort of problem with it is that it doesn't sit that great. Like when her legs are just straight down and static, that's okay, but then when you start to move them a bit, it really rides up quite high. And I was chatting to Shardamus the other day, and just, mind your feet when I drop that name. Clang! And he was like, oh yeah, but it's okay, you can sort of, heat it up and sort of, push them down a little bit. He was actually the voice of reason. God bless him. He was the voice of reason. He was like, hey Dave, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not. This is the worst. And granted, maybe he was showing a little more nuance than I was. It's a little more even-handed than old model behavior over here. But yeah, I was getting annoyed that it does seem to ride up quite a lot. The guns, though, are actually nice. I'll give you this. It's the classic old sort of Luger, I think maybe with an extra little bit or something. Like, it looks a little different. But what I love, and I genuinely love, there is something on this figure I genuinely love. The snakeskin handles. That's really cool. I actually dig that. I really like the snakeskin handles. It's such a shame that she can't sort of aim them very well or very interestingly. Why? Because of course it's these old arms, these old ass arms with just, the single joint, so it's not double jointed elbows, and the bicep, there's no bicep swivel at all. And why do I expect it? Because we've got it. We've got double jointed arms, we've got bicep swivel, and it's good. It's really good. Whereas this, it's not good. You really, I didn't think that bicep swivel was a big deal, really, until we get it. And then I'm like, geez, I hate this. It feels like such an old figure because you can't swivel the biceps. So you dug your own grave there, Hasbro. You gave me something that now I can be annoyed about when I don't have. But to be honest, I should have been annoyed for not having it sooner. I'm just not observant enough. But yeah, I think somehow with her expression, I can't put her in like a sort of a gun firing or gun aiming kind of pose that looks sort of natural. It just all looks very not quite right. I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. Of course, the boots are just painted on, and it's a shame because I think Madam Hydra is kind of a cool character, and this is just a very, very, the slappiest of the slapdash versions of Marvel Legends. Let's give her a grade. And guys, as a final grade, I give this figure a 2 out of 10. That's as low as we've gone, but man, I just find it so egregious that it's just been thrown out on this old buck with an ugly looking face. The belt doesn't look good. It's just minimal effort.
I'm very disappointed.
Minimal effort. And if you're like, oh Dave, you're always so mean about Marvel Legends, go watch my Herald Thor review, because man, I am gushing over that figure. Absolutely terrific. Along with Bonebreaker, Maggot, and a few others as well. Mwah! Throwing out a few chef's kisses. For this isn't the chef's kiss. This is a chef's miss. Oh, that's going to be a new thing.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
So yeah, Madam Hydra, not a great figure, very disappointing. Guys, what do you think of Madam Hydra? What did you think of this review? Was it a little bit over the top? Maybe it was. I'll watch it back and go, oh, jeez, this guy is so cringe. But hey, thank you for watching regardless. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.